Hi guys, so welcome to the extension of my production company Bulldog Films channel. So I'm going to be expanding a little bit into my other passions, so apart from acting, producing, writing, gadget reviews. I am a gadget nut. So before we get into everything, I would just ask if everyone could just hit the subscribe button, and hopefully on the back of this it'll build up a nice fan base so we can actually get more gadgets into review. So I'm going to start with a biggie today. So for some time I have been debating in my smart home, which anyone who knows me knows it's fully kitted out, should I get a gadget hoover? Yeah, I've been debating for the past 3 weeks and doing my research, as you do. And for anyone who, like myself, has 2 small children who are, well, prone to making mess, it gets a bit tedious cleaning up all the time. So, after a lot of looking into various products, and I didn't want to spend the earth, I went for the Proscenic 800T. So let's just start with the unboxing of this device. And the point of this is I want to try and give, obviously, consumers a real world advice, not this is how it looks in the studio, you know, how does it fare, how does it work. So in this lovely big box, lots of packaging, we have, I'll do the bits first, instructions. We have the charging dock. We have what looks like a dust box, a remote control, usual stuff, power, always handy. Now, important to say with this device, this hoover actually not only hoovers up, it actually mops your floor. So I live in a 3-story townhouse, so I've got ground floor, all tiles, lovely, perfect for barbecues, easy to clean, but this device will also mop, get the words right, will mop my floor as well, I hope. We'll test this out. The rest of the house fully carpeted, so I'm hoping this will really take some strain out of the hoovering. Now, apparently this hoover takes about 5 hours to charge, and to make this fair I will charge this up just to put some power into it. It's apparently, I'm just reading the notes here, the power 1800 PA, so really strong suction on this hoover apparently, so I'm hoping it really competes as best as possible with the traditional stand-up hoover. It will apparently hoover for about 100 to 130 minutes, which is fantastic. And just be warned that apparently it was only compatible with your Wi-Fi system with the 2.4 gigahertz and not 5. Now I've got a BT home hub, mine has both channels there to run this. And the other bit I like about this one, I've paid a little bit more, apparently it has some kind of, they call it IP-NAS2, Intelligent Cleaning System. So apparently it will gradually learn the layout of your home, not to the, you know, the extent of the really expensive models, but it will help and hopefully give you a more efficient clean. So we'll come to the main hoover in a moment. We've also got the rotor brushes, got 4 of these. So you've got some spares. Now these bad boys, they actually spin around and they are supposed to direct all the dirt and gunk into the hoover. I can't even get them out of the box yet. Here we go. So that's those. Obviously some kind of cleaning brush as well. So that is everything unboxed. Shut this to one side. Right, now my biggest bugbear. When I was looking into these, trying to find some decent dimensions, because my first thing was, will this fit under my furniture? So I'm going to do this on a lot of my reviews. I'm actually going to measure this, so the big thing for me was how thick, how high is this off the ground. So what I will do, I will adjust my camera. Okay, here we go. So, the actual height floor standing, you are looking at about 7.5 centimetres high. You are looking at a width of 33 centimetres, so it will go under most things. I think it will just about go under my chairs. Now it's important to remember with these that you really need to do a bit of preparation before you use them. So things like cables laying around, I had this debate with my wife. She was like, well, what have you got to prepare? think about it. If you're using a traditional upright hoover, you have to move stuff as you go anyway. If you're going to leave this going around your house, you need to prepare it because it will just get tangled up and it will probably break the hoover. So you need to do that. Obviously the other question I cannot believe this has been asked on some websites on Amazon is can it do stairs? Come on. It ain't Skynet, is it? It can't do stairs, so it's never going to replace your traditional upright hoover. I think these are really going to be really good for taking the load off your daily hoovering and cleaning needs. Again, as I said, especially with a family in the house. Typical example for me, breakfast time is always like the set of Apocalypse Now once my kids are finished, so it will be good to kick this off. Now the thing I love about this is it is actually Amazon compatible with your Echoes. I've got them all throughout the house, so I'm going to be really interested to see how this actually works. You should go just tell it to hoover up, apparently. We'll find that out and we will test it in this video. And there's also a smartphone app as well. Apparently you can actually set schedules to tell it to clean at certain times. So for me, it's going to be after breakfast every morning, so it will help me. Right, so what I will do is, I'll just give you a quick close-up of the hoover. So if you can see that, you've obviously got some pretty hefty wheels on that, which is good to see. Obviously this is where the rotors kick in. Nice to see there's a sweeping brush in here. This is obviously the mop section. I think this might pop out. I haven't read any instructions yet, so this is fresh out of the box. Yep, so this is obviously for the water tank, which is quite hefty. So that's good. I'm assuming this just slots in again. I'm hoping I don't break this. This has been really embarrassing. Obviously it looks as though you have to replace this for the main dust one, so you can obviously only hoover or mop, which is fine. That's cool. In fact, I prefer that because I'd hate to have an accident and accidentally soak my carpet. I can see there's two bits here for the docker, and that looks as though that's about it. And obviously some random bits to pull out, so it's good. It's quite, yeah, got a nice premium look to it as well. Don't know, weighs about 5 kilos. Right, I think we'll give it a charge and we'll see if this thing works. Okay, so I've got the bot set up. Now, it wasn't too straightforward. Unfortunately, when I mentioned earlier about the compatibility issue of the 2.4 gigahertz versus 5 on your router, and me running BT Home Hub, I did have to go do some tweaking and split that out so it sort of had its own channels. So that seemed to resolve things. I also tried the smart setup to get the robot to connect via the app to my network, and that just kept failing. There was a little bit of language. There was a secondary mode, I think it's called AP mode. I did that and it worked first time. It sort of set the robot as some kind of hotspot temporarily and connected, and it's been working fine. I gave it a couple of seconds to make sure it worked, so that's good. So I think now we'll see if it hoovers, so let's give it a go. I have stuck some debris on the floor actually, so this isn't how I normally live. Let's do it. Right. Alexa, ask SmartBot to start cleaning.
Auto cleaning.
SmartBot start cleaning.
You'll notice I haven't taken the cellophane off yet, so let's see what it does. Right, I picked it up. And bear in mind, I haven't stuck any sort of cleaning patterns on yet. This is fresh out of the box. You can configure this to clean in various different ways and motions. So good, yeah, it's hitting things. The sensors are working, so it's working its way around the sofa. Quite quiet as well. And hopefully it will see the unit and it will turn around. So far so good, just picked everything up. Not bad. Okay, so we did the test downstairs on the ground floor. Activating by Alexa, which seemed to work really well. You can also, if you didn't have an Alexa in your home, as well as using the app, there's a button.
Auto cleaning.
Which I can just press. And away it goes. Not really much to say. It goes along the carpet cleaning it. I am interested to see if that will go towards the stairs and if the drop function works. Bearing in mind I haven't got a thick carpet, so far it's good. So while that's doing its thing, let's prepare it for the drop test. So I'm going to prepare this for the drop test on the stairs. Does the cliff sensor work? That's going to turn around now, isn't it? See if it'll come back. Just going to head down the stairs a bit. I'm ready to catch this. Comes. I do want to see it turn around. Here it comes. And it did actually, yeah, it stopped. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, so I've checked this already. So anyone concerned or has questions about the sucking power of the device, this is the dust cartridge. Now bearing in mind I've only just done probably the end of my kitchen and my living room. If we open this up, we have a filter which just lifts out. We have the filter casing which lifts out. Wow, look at all of that. There we go. Apologies for the quality of this camera, so it's a little bit blurry. There we go. So that is all of the dust picked up in that small area. Impressive stuff. So this is the app, if you can see that. And I must admit, it's still going. Just been playing around with it really, but it's done a really good job. And the app, as you can see, it starts mapping out your room as it starts hitting the walls, or barriers as it calls them. It will start mapping out where it can and can't go, and I think it will then learn from that for next time. So all in all, I've got to say it has done a pretty blooming good job, which is great. Obviously I have been following it around a bit for a bit of novelty, but just to keep an eye on it and just see if it was going to break anything. But no, it's good. It's doing what it should do. So I feel quite confident to leave it unattended next time to carry on. So I will try the mop next. Okay, and finally, mop mode. So it's actually looks as though it's done a pretty reasonable job, pretty clean. So I've changed the attachment to the mop, or the water compartment. It's actually a motorised motor, and as we can see, you can see the pad on the bottom there. It's obviously finding its way around the sofa, but yeah, it's not flooding, putting a good amount of water down. Looks pretty clean. So the verdict then, yeah, I'm impressed. I was very sceptical on the product, hence why I did buy it from Amazon, because obviously they're great at returns. I will not be returning this. This is the droid we've been looking for. For the money, you know, just over £200, you can't complain. I mean, it's, what can you say? It's done what it says on the tin. It's hoovered, it's mopped, everywhere looks pretty spotless. I'm happy with that. So guys, the Proscenic 800T is a 100% recommendation from me. Go out and get it. Again, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and there'll be more gadgets coming across for a review. Any questions, stick them in the comments.